4 years ago, the Niners went to the Super Bowl. On that team, they had Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniel, Robert Saleh, and DeMeco Ryans. 4 head coaches. Right now, Robert Saleh might be the coach of the year. What he's doing with the Jets is remarkable. He's a terrific head coach. Mike McDaniel seems to be a terrific head coach with the Dolphins. He's clearly a brilliant offensive mind. And then DeMeco Ryans in his first year, he's coached a few games. So far, so good. He looks promising. Now you got Kyle on his own. It's Kyle and Steve Wilks. And it's fair to wonder if this team has lost a whole lot of leadership, because one loss to PJ Walker turned into 3. And at the bye week, it seems like you got Kyle and Steve Wilks pointing the finger at each other. Like, this guy doesn't know the defense. And Steve Wilks is like, well, what did you expect from me? And now they're like, well, maybe we should bring him out of the booth and put him on the field. Like, that's where they're at. I don't know, Dad. Kyle Shanahan on his own. Is he a leader? Was he benefiting from other people's leadership in the past? And is this a leadership issue on this team?
I think there's a leadership issue on the team, and I don't think he's a leader. I want to make very clear what I think he is. I think he's a doodler. And what I mean is, he's a doodler. He likes to sit in a room by himself and doodle and make plays. He's it's a game. It's like playing video games. He's a video game guy. And I don't know how he makes his plays on a screen, on a pad. Bill Walsh made it on a pad, but they didn't have screens in those days. Bill Walsh was more than a mere doodler. This guy is a dweeb. He's a doodler, and he's very comfortable doing that. When he had Saleh on the team, Saleh was on the sideline as opposed to this remote guy they have now up in the booth. And Saleh would get excited, and he'd curse, and he'd run up to the players when the play was over and they were coming off the field. And he gave all of the emotion. It's an emotional game. It's not just doodling. It's not just doodling. And Kyle doesn't seem to have emotions except to be kind of sour sometimes. Saleh gave all, and Ryans was the same way. And Ryans has such a lovely smile, and he was so positive, and he was an arm around the back guy. Kyle isn't an arm around the back guy. Kyle's the kind of guy you wouldn't want to touch him on the shoulder because maybe he doesn't like to get touched. And maybe he doesn't like to touch you. He wants to be in a dim room doodling. So he got saved. This is all
he doesn't want to cheer you on either. He wants to knock you down a peg and tell you how you messed up.
Yeah, it's probably how his dad did with him.
Correct.
My guess. Again, these are all my theories. I don't know these people. But I think he was saved from himself in the past by having these ebullient, bubbly, brilliant, outgoing guys at defensive coordinator. Now he has a guy like himself. He has a guy who doesn't want to be Wilks with the players. He wants to sit on Mount Olympus. He doesn't want to talk to anybody, see him. He's looking at his screen all the time. So you got 2 doodlers. And on a football team, you need someone to make up for the doodlers. You can't have dueling doodlers.
You can't have dueling doodlers.
You can't have dueling doodlers. So one of the problems I have is, where's the leadership?
Yeah. Where? It ain't from Kyle. It never was Kyle. It was Robert Saleh's team. He was leading from the back seat. Then it was DeMeco Ryans' team. He was leading from the back seat. Now, whose team is this?
And Iggy, may I say something else? On really good teams, if you have a head coach who's weak, sometimes it's the quarterback. It could be Aaron Rodgers. It could be, the what's his name? The kid from San Mateo. Why am I blanking on his name?
Goff.
No, I don't mean him. I mean the famous
Brady.
one who was with
that's
Brady.
Marin. Brady.
No, Goff is Marin.
That's what I'm saying.
Goff's Marin.
Brady's Mateo. Sorry.
Yeah. So you could have the quarterback. I'm sorry, guys. I'm old and I'm getting over COVID. I know Tom Brady. But on this team, the quarterback can't be the leader because he's under scrutiny himself. He's lost up the list. Under my thumb. You know that song by the Rolling Stones?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's under his thumb. And so he can't be the leader because I like to try to make an excuse. He's a virtual rookie. Well, he's not a virtual rookie, but he's a virtual rookie. So he can't take the leadership role. So it's not the coaches and it's not the quarterback. You got a problem. Who is it? Kyle Juszczyk? He's going to get up and he's going to enforce the standard. And people will say to him, what do you do? Who are you?
Fred
You're a
Warner. It's supposed to be
passenger.
Fred Warner, right? Fred Warner went up after the game, after the Bengals lost, and the first question he got was, do you still have confidence in Brock Purdy? And he stood there as the leader of the team and said, what do you expect me to say to that? That's the best he could do. So, yeah, this team, that's why, I mean, they never should have lost 3 in a row. That, to me, is the mark of a team that has no leadership. Wouldn't have happened with DeMeco Ryans on the team. Wouldn't have happened with Robert Saleh on the team. This has been a team whose head coach was the defensive coordinator for 6 years. And now it's a team with no head coach. We've been saying for years, look, say what you want about Kyle Shanahan, he's not a head coach. It's manifesting in front of our eyes right now. And if they're going to turn this season around, Kyle's going to have to become the head coach he never has been.
Right.
I don't know if he's got it in him.
And stop being a mere doodler.
Got to stop doodling, man. You got to stop doodling.
He's doodling. Listen, wait, I want to finish. I want to. But someone pointed out, he's always looking at his play sheet. He's never looking at players. He's behind the play. He lives behind the play sheet. Even on the field, he's doodling.
Even on the field, he's doodling. That's a problem.